Hey guys, I'm here today with a segment I hope to one day call Real Talk with Intense Future or In Future Tense. It's nice that I have a few viewers now coming back consistently and watching my things, even if it is including my mom, my best friend, and my wife. But hey guys, how's it going? Today I wanted to have some real talk with everyone. Because last night I made a mistake, and I had to learn something the hard way. And I hope that by sharing it with you, I can save you guys some of the trouble that I went through. So last night, I went out to my local bar, which shall remain nameless, and I wanted to celebrate my daughter's first birthday. She's made it a full year. It's a beautiful thing. I wanted to go ahead and share that with some of my friends, and so I opened up a tab, and I said, anybody wants to come, you guys come down. And I had some good friends come down, and it was a good time. Now, for a long time, I've had a problem with drinking. And I've been in denial. I've been in denial about it because I didn't want to admit that I had a problem like that. Because most of the people I know who are alcoholics are portrayed badly in television. I know it's not something you should be proud of course. It's not something that should be praised. But I didn't want to be one of those people. And the truth is, I am. I'd like to say I was. Last time we went out drinking, I had a few large beers, a few shots, and a mixed drink. And it wasn't a lot, but I had gone in on pretty much an empty stomach, and I knew better. It wasn't an accident, it was on purpose. I wanted to get drunk, and I said so before I went there. So I didn't eat a lot, and I had a lot to drink. So what do you expect to happen? And I wasn't alone. I had another buddy with me who was buzzed, and another buddy of mine who was drunk. Not as far as I was, but he was drunk. And of course, the bar, it got a little boring. We were sitting around for a while just talking about Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z and some other things like that. I'm not a Dragon Ball Z fan, so if that hurts me, I'm sorry, but I have to get that out there now. Anyway, back to the story. So we got bored at the bar after having some long chats about nerd items, such as those, and we decided we wanted to go somewhere. So we went out and hopped into my friend's car, my drunk friend's car, and we went out to try and find some beer when we could have just stayed right there where the beer was. But anyway, we went out to 2 gas stations, got our beer, sat at a local church, which shall remain nameless because I'm absolutely ashamed that I went there. And we sat in the parking lot, and we had our beers and talked over some life issues that we were all having. And we did work through some things, I'll say that. But then we made the mistake. And the mistake was we were all drunk at this point, with the exception to one of my younger buddies. And the guy who owned the car and myself thought it was a good idea to get into the car and try and drive to the nearest gas station. And I can honestly not tell you what we were doing. I don't remember why we went there, but we were going towards the gas station, and I gave bad instructions. And my brother, my buddy, okay, for clarity's sake, I have a lot of brothers because I adopt my brothers. So my brother was driving the car drunk. We were going to the gas station. I gave him an early turn. I told him, hey, you gotta turn left up here. And for whatever reason in his brain, that meant let's turn into the nearest dirt lot we can find. So we made immediate left, and I had this whole area that's under construction in front of this house, and there's a neighborhood over here. And the dip was probably about that deep, give or take. And when the car went off, got stuck. So I called my AAA, and they helped us out. But the AAA truck blocked some traffic, and somebody called the cops. So the sheriff showed up, and he looked at us, and he waved us over, and my friend who was driving wanted to take the blame, so he stepped up to talk to him, and the officer said, "How much have you had to drink?" And my friend said, "None," to which I whopped him, because you don't freaking lie to a cop, ever. If you get drunk, you be honest about it, because the likelihood is, and this is from my experience as a security officer and from knowing a lot of law enforcement guys, if you're honest with a police officer, you will probably get another chance unless you're acting stupid and you're being rude about how you are telling him what's going on. Okay? So he confessed after I tapped him that we had all been drinking a little bit that night, and that we were trying to go to the gas station right there, and that I live nearby. And the cop basically said, "You guys are real lucky that I didn't see you driving, because I'd have to give you all a DUI." And I knew the consequences, so I wasn't afraid. But I wasn't happy about the idea of having to get processed and put into a system and have that on my record. I know by making this video it's kind of on my record, but I'm getting there. I'm gonna explain why I'm making a video of this in a little bit. Now he said, "Here's what I'm gonna do, guys. You'll get a freebie tonight. But what you're going to do is you're going to sit in this parking lot until all of you are sober enough to drive." So we sat there for about 2 hours until I was level-headed enough to get my car. So we got my car, came back, got his car. We all went home. We all made it home safely. And I went home to my wife, and I realized that I was an alcoholic, because it's not just like this happens every once in a while. It's basically every chance I have a moment, I'll drop my wife and kid off for babysitting, I'll go get a beer. I'll hang out with the guys, I'll get a beer. And it's not like I'm just getting a beer, but like if I don't get a beer, I'm burning up inside. And I'm angry, and I'm yelling, or not yelling, but I raise my voice to people, and I lash out at people, and the reason for that is I've been hurt, and there's a lot going on that I have to process now. I'm going to try and go to AA. I don't know if I'll last long there. I don't know how addicted I am, and that's something I'm going to have to work through. But I'm going to go and see if they can maybe help me find a way to get out of this, because I don't want to drink anymore. I did a lot of partying in middle school, high school, and I got involved with a lot of bad people, and I tried to break out of that for the sake of my current girlfriend. At that time, I tried to change my life, and I gave up everything, but apparently I couldn't give up drinking, and that has been my vice, because rather than dealing with a lot of the things that are going on inside, I cover it up and mask it with alcohol. I'm a bit tired, so I'm sorry if I'm rambling, but the point of this is that's what happened last night. And there's a lot more to that story that needs to remain private for now, maybe forever, because it's not my story to tell. But that's what I did last night. And I could have gone to jail last night. I could have, potentially let him drive farther. I could have made some mistake with my directions. We could have ended up in a car accident. It could have happened like that. I mean, the variables, there's just so many things that could go wrong when you mix alcohol and driving, guys. And I swore I would never do that. And I didn't drive while drunk. But I did let my friend, my brother, drive while drunk. We didn't have a designated driver, and we all drank and we drove. That's all that matters in this story, guys. And I'm making this video as a warning to all of you, because I don't believe alcohol is a bad thing by itself. But I do believe if you mix alcohol with driving, guns, pain, anything that can compromise your judgment, it can be a very dangerous thing. And I love alcohol. I think that's obvious. I think that some people can have it and it be social. I'm not one of those people anymore. I used to be. I think. But I want to caution all of you, because I don't know any of you, but all of us are brothers and sisters. We all have the same body type, as far as we have arms, legs, hair, faces. And we need to protect each other. We need to make sure that we're educated. We need to make sure that our brothers and sisters who aren't educated are educated. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. Because I don't know any of you yet, except for my family and friends who watch this channel. But I hope someday I might meet some of you, whether I'm popular or not. And I hope that by doing this video, I might be able to save somebody some trouble and keep somebody safe. I love all of you guys who watched this video. Thank you for taking the time to get this far. If you drink, be wise. Get a designated driver beforehand. Get a friend with you who can keep you safe and who's not going to give in to the temptation of drinking. Because your life is short anyway. And you are full of potential and you are worth keeping safe. That's all I have for today, guys. This is Real Talk. Stay sober, stay safe.